In this live cane self-defense training video, you're going to learn how to stop the threat now. Stop it immediately using your walking cane for self-defense. The first technique I'm going to show you from the start is you're having your cane either crook facing out or crook facing in, doesn't matter. You see the knife presented, and I want you to create triggers in your brain. The trigger, when you see a knife, for most people, is to recoil or to freeze in fear. So you're going to train yourself, you're going to use your imagination that when you see a knife or when a knife is presented or you see someone reaching in for something, you see them pulling something out, you will not hesitate, you're not going to wait, you're not going to try to negotiate, you're not going to see if you can talk them out of it, you're going to immediately respond. You're going to use this basic motion, the knife comes out or you feel like it's coming out, you're going to bring this up as fast as you can, you're turning your wrist first. This is the first part of it. The second part in the same motion is the elbow is bending. You're creating this long lever. This is a self-defense. This is a Cane Master's self-defense cane. Hello, Shell, it's good to see you. You're sticking this between into his private parts. You're going right between his legs. Hopefully reach up there, snatch him up a little bit, break something, smash something, hard as you can. Double them over. You want to incapacitate. You want to close with and destroy. You want it to be immediate, direct, explosive. You're not going to hesitate. Your goal is, in your mind, to create triggers. If you see a knife, whether it's held in this position, coming at you here, coming at you with a slashing motion, or maybe they're trying to close the gap so they can stab you and lacerate all of your guts. You can't survive that, so you won't hesitate. First thing you do is bring it straight up. And just practice that. You don't need something to strike. If you don't have it, don't use it. But in this position, flip the switch in your brain, snatch it up. Just snatch it up. If it misses their groin and hits them in the chin or the face, or just disrupts whatever their pattern is, their plan is, or even runs into their hand, smashing the knuckle, I just hit my knuckle pretty good, smashing their hand that's holding this weapon, no matter how it's coming in, hit that first. That's your first motion. The second thing I want you to practice is after you throw that first responsive strike to the midsection, get it in the other hand and thrust, using your whole body to come in and thrust through his face, through his nose, teeth, throat, into the solar plexus, down into the groin again. But you can push with your whole body. See how I'm holding this like I'm holding the handle of a self-defense tool. That's what this is. The Cane Master self-defense cane is the best way to respond to somebody who might have a knife or something else. Kashu, it's good to see you. It's nice to see you. You're gonna bring this into this hand. That's the second thing I want you to practice. Again, if you don't have something to hit, practice in the air. You see the knife, you know it's there. You're not gonna hesitate. You're not gonna recoil. You're not gonna freeze. You're going to react, respond, get into a better position from here to here, and then step and thrust. This is a very powerful motion for you. You're gonna be very strong here. Your whole body is behind your walking cane for self-defense. You're using this to stop the threat immediately, using your self-defense walking cane, going right through his face. So let's say the first motion, hit him in the groin. Second motion, you're gonna go right through his face. Ask yourself the important question. This is a principle of self-defense using your walking cane for self-defense. What target can you remove or destroy? His ability to see, breathe temporarily or permanently, his ability to breathe or stand upright, his ability to walk or stand upright. You snatch him up between the legs as hard and as fast as you can. Get it to the other hand and pushing straight through. From here, I want you to turn it and using this long bar of wood or whatever yours is made out of. This is the Cane Master's self-defense cane, which is very inexpensive. It's the first link below. Have this made in oak or have it made in hickory. That's even better. Hickory is harder and heavier, meaning that when you take this and shove it into his face, you're blasting everything. Now, the biggest question is, but he has one of these. If I'm hitting him here, won't he be stabbing me here? No, because the first thing you did is snatched it up here. Philip says the sound is not as good today. I don't know. Yeah, remove, destroy, smash. Thank you, Kachu. Is that any better? I just changed the sound a little bit. It might not be. There's a lot of internet traffic with what's happening in Ukraine. There's a lot of bandwidth being taken up, and I keep getting slowed down a little bit. You bring this up here, thrusting, turn, and you're pushing. When you hit him here and you hit him here, his body has to come back like this. Hello, Lugo, it's good to see you. Instead of him being able to come in and stick this into you over and over again, all of a sudden this is blasting his face, just like any other animal. Okay, thank you, audio's okay. Just like any other animal. If it's a tiger, if it's a bear, if it's a shark, right? Or an alligator, or a crocodile, you wanna smash, or a pit bull, you wanna smash the nose, smash the eye, smash the face. If you can control the head of a vicious animal, and any animal that pulls one of these out on you is a vicious animal, you can smash through his face, you're gonna control where his body goes. When I teach grappling, judo or jiu-jitsu, or I teach boxing, it's all the same. Self-defense, martial arts, if you can control someone's head, you can put him on the ground. If you control his head, here, you strike him here, you're blasting him through the face. You don't have to worry about trying to parry. Don't get in a knife fight with a guy, right? Don't get in a knife fight with somebody using your self-defense cane. If he pulls this, you don't want it to be a fight. You want to control the head, right? If he pulls that on you, stick that through his face 2 or 3, 4 or 5 times. Blast, smash into the sides. You're holding it just like this. No, Philip, you're not being an idiot. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your being here. So from here, first motion, snatch him up. Second motion, thrust through the face. Third motion, blast using this bar of hickory right into his nose, right into his teeth, right into his throat. Fourth motion, see how I'm sliding my hand here? So I'm gonna do some push-ups. I'm not. I'm gonna box him in the ears. I'm gonna break his jaw. I'm gonna strike his neck, hit that process of nerves that flushes the blood out of his brain so he falls like a sack of dog poo on the ground. Let the cops come scoop him up. They'll pick his knife up. They'll put it in as exhibit A of self-defense, how you defended yourself. So from here, snatch him up, drive, to the sides, drive, and to finish him off, drive, pull it back and thrust. I want you to practice that again and again and again because I want you to install a switch into your brain. This is what most people have. This is what you have, it's what I have, until you flip the switch, you change it. You see this and you're terrified. You should be terrified. You should be crapping yourself, right? I know I would. You see this come out, there's a good chance you're getting cut, you're getting slashed, you're getting stabbed. You might lose your life until you flip that switch. So instead of freezing, here's he froze, right? Freeze. That's what happens when you freeze. Or recoil out of fear, which happens a lot. Slash, slash, slash. See what's happening? Cutting up all of that tissue, all of those tendons, all of that muscle, and most importantly, Sam, I'm glad you're here. Don't ever apologize for being late. You can always go back and watch it again. I just appreciate you being here. But when they go in there and they cut that, those arteries in those veins, and then you bleed to death before the cops can come and help you with a tourniquet. Hey, Doug, it's good to see you. Or God forbid they get the neck. And they get, right? You don't want that to happen. Freeze, flee, or fight, Kachu says. Exactly. So you're going to flip the switch and you're going to say, okay, when you know that there's a knife involved, there's no hesitation. There's no negotiation. There's no, throw the cane and run. You can, and I'm not making fun of anybody. You throw the cane and run if you can, if you're a fast runner. My suggestion though, as I started my running unit with my little kids this week, and I love it. I love to run. My favorite thing to do. I run so slowly though. The little kindergartners are lapping me. I'm not kidding. So if a little kindergartner's got one of these, I'm in big trouble. Let alone some 18, 19, 28, 32-year-old crazy person who's out there criminally ill, chasing after me. I'm in big trouble. I tell you what I'm gonna have to do. You might wanna do this too. Snatch it up between the legs, thrust, push, box them in the ears, stick them right through the midsection, and let the cops come and pick him up. That's just my opinion. Yeah, not a toddler. I could have already outrun a toddler, but once you get past 3 years old, I'm in big trouble. My hip just doesn't, I get the, I'm like John Wayne. Now I know why John Wayne used to walk like this in all the movies. It was because he had lifts in his shoes. But other than that, it's also because he had a bad hip. I find myself walking like John Wayne half the time. So that's you. Instead of running away, maybe learn how to stop him with your self-defense cane. This is made for self-defense. How do you stop the threat immediately? Using your walking cane for self-defense, let's practice it. You're walking down the street, snatch him up between the legs, other hand, thrust right through the middle. Always go through the middle. He's coming at you. You want to stop him in his tracks. After you strike with full force, turn it. You're going to be holding here or here. Blast him with that big bar of hickory. Check the link below. See how these are made. Blast him through the face and then start punching side to side, just like you're throwing punches in a fight. But you don't have to worry about your knuckles because you're letting the wood do the work. Smash, 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 and then lower your body. Just like you're doing self-defense, you always want to lower your body, get under him when you're using a weapon like this. Get under him. When you're lower, boom, you got so much more power. But I want you to practice that so that you can flip that switch. As soon as you imagine in your head, you're minding your own business, and then you see this. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't think. Immediately snap it up, even if you don't hit him. That comes to his face, that's going to back him up a little bit. Get it in the other hand. Push. Smash. Slide this hand down. Box him to the ears. Lower your body. Come up under his chin, into his face, into his solar plexus, into the groin. But right up and through the middle and drive all the way through. And remember, fight's not over until you win. Yeah, if you want to, Contra says turn this. After you hit him here, bring this in and rip his eye straight out of his face. You want to stop that shark from biting you? Rip an eye out of his face. He won't be doing much of anything then. No animal likes to get popped in the eye or have their eye sticking out, rolling on their cheek. The same thing with the animal who pulls this. You get an animal, pull one of these on you, rip that eye right out of his face. That's what this tooth is for self-defense. It's in the first link below. These are unique. Cane Master self-defense canes are not like any other walking cane. A Cane Master self-defense cane is designed for self-defense. You can take it anywhere you can or anywhere you go. Practice with me. Both hands. Use the other hand. Snatch it up. Thrust. Smash. Box. Drop. Thrust. Turn and rip. And then let the cops come and scoop them up. Let them watch the video cameras, the security cameras say, now why did you have to hurt that criminally insane man that we keep arresting and putting in prison over and over again? We bring him to the judge and the judge lets him out at the same time. Why did you have to hurt that innocent, criminally insane person who's already injured and hurt and abused and attacked violently? Half of the community in the last 3 months. We keep putting them in jail and they keep letting them out. But why did you? And you say, hey, look, watch the video. He brought one of these and I said, I'm not gonna fight a knife. I'm not fighting with knives. So instead, I snatched him up between the legs. I thrust, I smash, I box, I dropped it. It came through here and I had to rip his eye out just in case he popped up and he still had this in his hand. I didn't want to risk having to get into a, you're not going to knife fight him, right? You're not Errol Flynn. You're not the Three Musketeers. You're not Zorro. That'd be cool if you were. If you're Zorro and he's got a knife, teach him a lesson, right? Didn't Zorro always put the Z on their pants, on their backside at the end, and then he kicked them away? That was my favorite show when I was a kid. Zorro and the Lone Ranger. I'm not Zorro, I'm not the Lone Ranger. But I got a giddy up in my hitch, right, with the hip. I'm not outrunning him. I'm going to snatch him, thrust, shove, box him, boom, rip. And you'll do it without thinking about it if you practice over and over. So one last time, then I got to go start running again. Snatch him up, thrust, box. Do you see how I'm coming forward at you every single second or every move? I want you to advance, 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 press the fight, close with and destroy, immediate, direct, explosive, right? Coming in. You don't want to hit him once and he comes back and then he changes his tactic. He changes his tactic and then you see him start doing this and he starts changing his tactic and maybe he's got one of these. You don't want to give him that chance. So you want to press the attack, close with and destroy. From here, thrust, 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 box, drop, thrust, turn, rip. Practice that with your right, with your left, with your right, yeah, and like Kachu says, you're using your body weight. Your whole body is blasting. Your whole body. Your whole body. That wasn't my arms. That was my butt. That's going to be your butt. That's where all your weight is, right? For a lot of us, whoom, stepping in, thrust. You use your arms a little bit. That's 275 pounds of water in the base of that. And yeah, I have leverage because I'm hitting the top. But the point is, my body weight times movement. The movement multiplies your body weight, and then you concentrate all of the force at the tip here. And look, under that little piece of rubber, it's a hard piece of oak. That's what's going through his face. That's what's going through his midsection. That's what you want to use. And look at the difference in length, right? You want to keep him as far back as you can. If he's got this, you've got reach advantage. So use it. Learn how to stop the threat immediately using your self-defense walking cane, especially a Cane Master self-defense walking cane. Look at the first link below. These are the best, but get it made in hickory and anything that you want on these. This is one thing I have to say about Cane Masters. Call the number. Go to the website, go to the link, and then call them. Call Keith Melton. Call his son. Those are the guys that run the company. Call their office manager. Tell them what you want. They'll make anything you want. You want your initials on it. You want it thin. You want it thick. You want it made out of a different material. Just ask him. He'll tell you either yes or he'll tell you why that's a bad idea. But he's honest. I like it because he's honest. All right, so get yourself a Cane Master self-defense cane. Learn how to stop the threat immediately. That's the threat, right? Or multiple attackers or a bigger opponent. Almost everybody's bigger, younger, stronger as we get older. We shrink, we get slower, we get the giddy up in the hitch, hitching the giddy, whatever it is. You know what I mean. The knee, the hip, the back, you start to squint more. I saw this thing about how people's bones in their face start to deteriorate as they get older. That wasn't depressing. Sitting there in this office yesterday, watching this presentation, people's faces are getting older, and they're showing it's the skin, the collagen, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's part of aging. I can handle that. That's all right. But then they started showing under the skin, and like all the bones are getting weaker. And I thought I better start drinking more milk. All right, you guys have been awesome. I'll see you in just a little bit.